There's a moment in every inner journey when the world around you quiets and the world within begins to speak. Carl Jung believed that imagination wasn't an escape, but a doorway, a portal into the unconscious, where symbols, images, and words come forward, nudging us towards emotions waiting to be acknowledged. But how do you actually begin? Let's step deeper into Jung's world, followed by 3 simple techniques you can use to start practicing active imagination today. Active imagination is not daydreaming, and it's not meditation. It's the space in between a conscious descent into the unconscious, where you engage directly with your inner figures. Carl Jung stated, "Active imaginations are more than dreams because they represent the mixing and fusing of the conscious with the unconscious. This is the solution of the opposites, the middle way. Through this, you can find direction. You are creating yourself by this. The goal is to integrate the insights gained through this process into one's daily life. By bringing these to light, you shift from reacting out of old patterns that feel like fate into a more intentional way of living, one that supports real growth, healthier relationships, and a life that reflects who you truly are." Step 1. The follow the flicker. From a neuroscientific view, you're activating the brain's imaginative networks. The default mode network paints the inner world, while the prefrontal cortex remains awake, acting like a quiet director holding the frame. It's a dialogue between emotion and awareness, shadow and self, chaos and coherence. Every active imagination session begins with a spark, an image that lingers longer than it should. Research has shown that emotions often begin as raw guesses from the brain, quick predictions shaped by memory and context, before they take form through our interpretation. The flicker is that first whisper. Don't chase the perfect symbol. Let the symbol choose you. A key, a doorway, a childhood room, a woman in red you've never met. Start with what wants to be seen. Before you give the image a voice, it helps to remember Jung's insight. Every symbol, image, or word that appears in active imagination is part of the living landscape of your psyche. They are autonomous, meaning they behave as if they have their own intentions, their own moods, their own way of speaking. To Jung, these figures aren't made up. They're symbolic expressions of underlying forces: the child, the shadow, the masculine-feminine energies, and old memories that linger. So when you invite a figure to speak, you're not pretending. You're entering a dialogue with a forgotten part of yourself that has been waiting for recognition. Step 2. Give it a voice. Now, dialogue. Right question. Ask the figure, "Who are you?" Or "Why have you come?" And then allow an answer. Not forced, not overthought, just received. Like the dimming of lights in a theater before the characters take the stage. Your unconscious will speak in metaphor, in mood, in fragments. Treat each response as symbolic truth, not a literal fact. Before we explore staying with discomfort, Jung would remind us that every threshold of transformation is guarded by the shadow. Not to punish us, but to protect the parts of ourselves that once felt too overwhelming to face. The shadow appears as tension, fear, resistance, or a sudden urge to look away. This is the psyche's instinctive defense, a learned protection strategy born long before we had words for what we felt. When resistance arises, it isn't a sign you're doing something wrong. It's a sign you've discovered an inner border, a place where old wounds and new awareness meet. And this brings us into step 3. Stay with the uncomfortable. Jung wrote that every figure in active imagination is a fragment of personality that demands to be heard. Some arrive gently, others arrive like storms. The discomfort you feel isn't danger, it's the emotional alarm system, the amygdala, flaring as old memories surface. Stay with it. Notice sensations. Let the figure speak. This is where neuroplasticity happens, when old emotional loops are witnessed with new awareness. What was once shadow begins to become integrated memory, a part of the self returning home. Active imagination isn't about escaping reality, it's about expanding it, meeting the forgotten parts of yourself and letting them rejoin the story you're living. Follow the flicker, give it a voice. Stay with the uncomfortable. Everything else unfolds.